Hello and welcome to another episode of Freddy the Eighth, proudly brought to you by Sportsbet. As always, it's great to see you. Andrew Johns, Brad Fittler.
Danica.
How are we?
Great.
Great?
Excellent.
Perfect.
How was the races on the weekend?
Races was fun on the weekend. Didn't have any wins though, but that's
Andrew,
my
did you
issue.
go?
No, but I celebrated with Chris Lees, who won the Sydney Cup Sunday night.
What's he like outside the races?
Yeah, well, the race was over 3,200 and it was like we were in a 3,200 staying event.
Who won?
Do the math.
We've got some good news to start the show.
What's that?
Full Strength Beer is back. Have you heard this news? So back at Combank, back at McDonald Jones Stadium, Accor Stadium, Wynn Stadium. It's
How
back at
good's
the
that?
footy.
I remember saying to my dad one time, we're down the pub having a bet. I said, "Oh, do you want a mid-strength beer?" He goes, "Mate, it's like kissing your sister." And my sister Kate was next to me. I said, "Kate, what do you want?" She goes, "I have a mid-strength." I am from Cessnock.
What goes on in Cessnock?
Gary got caught out about 30 years ago,
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Well, we've got a massive show coming up today. I'm looking forward to so many of these because we've got the male model from Mudgee. Yes, Ken Sutcliffe. He's joining us on the show. We're also going to be discussing the Bunnies because they name a familiar face to take on their former club this weekend, and some hypothetical halves. Freddy and Joey predict what could have been had they not made it in the NRL. But we want to talk about the Tigers at the moment because the Tigers are absolutely roaring. They're enjoying their best start to the season since 2000. The first time they've won 3 games in a row since 2018. It's just remarkable. What have you made of their form so far?
Well, they're doing all the effort areas really well. They're working as a team. When I was commentating on the weekend, I was just watching them, and especially when the game got a little bit of fatigue in it, which the Knights, I've got to say, didn't put too much pressure on them, but they're coming out of trouble easy. There was no stress. Jock Madden was doing a great job with his kick-in. They had plenty of strike everywhere. Adam Dewey was on the left strike. Over on the right, you had Jarome Luai, who just moves so well. And Sunia as well, Sunia Torivia. They were caught out in the centres in defence, the Knights quite a bit, and that didn't help. But I think across the park, they're just playing so much better as a team, and they've got strike, they've got points.
Do you think that they're the real deal? Can they continue this going for the remainder of the season?
They have a good run with the injuries. I thought Freddie said a good thing then. They're playing without fear. They're playing with freedom. And that's the way Benji Marshall played, and obviously that's the way he's coaching. They're backing himself. They're playing with great movement of the ball and high energy, but they're playing without fear of making an error. And when it sticks, hard to beat.
So come finals time, if they're there, do you think that they can give it a red-hot crack and go
Well, they'll
through?
get better. Like if they keep winning games, they'll keep improving. Like blokes like Samuela Fainu and Jarome Luai, and you got Adam Dewey, who's sort of coming to the peak of his powers at the moment. And it's interesting how Jarome fits into it. I think they've really enjoyed having that stability with Jock Madden. He just provides that real steady sort of player. Kicks where he has to. While Jarome's, he plays a little bit freer than Jock Madden. It'll be interesting how they change to that and adapt to that. But they've got some real weapons, and like I said, they do the other part of the game really well at the moment. They defend well. They're the second best. I think it's the second best defence in the game. And then they come out of trouble really easily. They don't stress. It's not, they're not panicking. They all know their job.
Well, we heard some of the Tigers players saying this week that they're urging coach Benji Marshall to try and keep Jock Madden in the side somehow. Obviously, Jarome Luai is making his return from injury. How can you use him in that team, do you feel?
A couple of ways. You can move Adam Dewey to the centres and play them both in the middle, which I don't think is working, because I think Adam Dewey's just playing such a great role of a big body in the middle as a ball runner. Then the other way is just coming off the bench and bringing Jock off the bench. Maybe playing him a little bit at hooker role if you want to.
Yeah, that's his spot, 14. I think Luai and Dewey, if they're fully fit, they'll be the halves. And then Jock will be 14.
Can you imagine what it's like to be a Tigers fan right now? I mean, they've had a bit of a tough role.
It'd be sensational. The crowd was so good.
They were good.
It was
a good day.
Yeah.
It'll be pumping Saturday night.
Sell out against the Bronx? No, it's going to be.
It's
already
sellout?
sell out,
right.
I understand.
That's going to be a big
game.
And they're saying to the fans on either side, at the ends, on Sundays it's family day, so they can sit down. There's no stand. It's standing up. So when you're on the hills...
Saturday night they're playing this week.
Saturday night, because there's not family day,
Yeah, right.
that's going to put an extra 2,000 people in there.
I've got to say, if anywhere needs some love, it's that area. If you have a look in that precinct, you got an athletics track behind, you got the field there, you got a train station right there, you got a massive old car park just sitting there. Like, surely that complex area could nearly fulfil the whole of the Campbelltown if you did it properly. Like, it's just, you know, they need some love. So, good way to invest and a good place to start right there. A big community area. A
few good shops around there too, Joey.
Yeah, Bottle-O on the corner.
A few vaping joints.
My car was parked right next door.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some big ins and outs. Matt Dufty, were you surprised at this, or do you think this is the way that South had to go, putting him at fullback? Obviously, they do have Latrell there, but fitness-wise, whether there's been some concern there for Latrell?
Well, I was surprised because you imagine Latrell would go straight back there. After the injury to Joey Gray, didn't sort of shoot the lights out Latrell, so I think it's moving forward. Wayne Bennett sees him purely as a centre. It's a like for like. He's very similar.
Totally.
The way he
plays
to Joey Gray.
His form's been unreal. Since he's come back, I watched him playing all the trials. He was great. There was a game down in Illawarra where they played St George. He scored a couple of tries. He was great. And he's just killing him in New South Wales Cup. He's too good for that grade. So, very similar player to Joey Gray.
How do you think, or what do you think would be going through his mind? Because it has been a while since he has played NRL. It was May 2022. Not
he's
only
been
that,
to Super League. He's played big games for Warrington over there.
But he's also coming up against the side that he used to play for in the Dragons, and that was a bit of a not so nice exit, I think.
Well, Wayne was smart. He came out and made it sort of public that, you know what, don't make it personal. So he sort of, not only would he would have told Matt himself, but he's even doubled down and made it public. Get out there and just do your job.
Doesn't want him to be distracted ahead of it, so...
He's experienced. I'd say, I reckon there'd be more excitement than nerves. Once again, he's very experienced. He's played in big games. Played in Challenge Cups over in England with the Warrington Wolves, so he'll be fine.
Well, he's got other things on his mind as well. His wife's about to have a baby.
How far along?
Have I broke that news?
Maybe.
I think so. No, I think they're right at the end.
Oh, well,
the pointy end.
People might know.
The last trimester.
I don't think you can hide
the pointy
it.
end.
But you know what? You never ask someone.
I know.
What's the rule?
Don't go there.
Until you actually see the baby, you never say anything. All right, what about Liam Martin? That injury for him, we saw him come off with the other night up against the Bulldogs. He walked straight past you and I, Freddy, on the sideline there, but that injury for him and Origin, how big of a concern is that?
Well, Origin's 5 weeks away till they select the team.
So what they say?
So it's a knee injury?
It's a medial. I think it's 4 weeks, did they say about that?
Yeah, around that time frame. So
he's had some injuries of late, Liam.
He's battered himself.
The byproduct of how hard he goes.
The last couple of years, he's battered himself. The good thing is, from a New South Wales point of view, we've got
Jacob Preston.
You've got heaps. Hudson Young, Angus. There'd be half a dozen. Samuela, like if Olakawatu, there's plenty of back rows.
Yeah.
So, we hope he gets through because the beauty of him also on the field, he plays, can play back row, can play in the middle, gets into Munster. That's a really...
Kick chase, that's his big one.
And he's also a nutcase. We love that when it comes to Origin. What about the Parramatta Eels? Their injury list just keeps on growing and growing. So some real concern for them now. This is now over 10 players that they've got injured.
12 of their top 30 are missing on the weekend.
Wow.
And there was some discussion about, so there are some rules in the Super League where you can get special dispensation to bring in players into your top 30 in the first opening rounds of the season.
Well, with 2 more teams coming in, we're going to find another 60 players. What we're seeing now is the depth of clubs is affected. So out of their top 30, you've probably got, 24, 25 genuine first-grade players. Without the top players or some of your best players, in particular Pezzett and Hyongi in the spine position, it's nearly impossible to win.
So do you think that we should maybe increase have a bigger top 30, have more in the top 30?
It wouldn't matter.
Or do you think...
No, it wouldn't matter because the more teams in, the more players are diluted.
Yeah,
that's what makes it tough.
I think you need to invest in the high schools. I think that competition, if you have a look at the kids coming out, I think we need to work out how we make our 18 and 19-year-old players a little bit better, a little bit wiser, open to professionalism through that end of school period. And that's the only way you're going to get better players, because you can't play our game any longer. Like, it's just too hard to play longer. Like, it's just been proven over, 100 and some years that there's a point where you just can't play anymore because it's just too hard.
Yeah.
So we need to find a way to get more athletes. The other way is go to rugby union, find other athletes in different other games, in different codes.
But if you're a team like Parramatta and you've had this many injuries so early on in the season...
Well, it happened to South last year.
Yeah.
Very similar. And you know what? At the end of the day, not every team's going to have a great year, because that's going to come along one year where a lot of your good players get injured. So you just got to find a way to dodge it, like avoid making it catastrophic.
They're not soft tissue either. Hopgood, knee.
Yeah.
Simonson, ankle, horrific. Iongi, high ankle sprain. Dury, knee. So it's not like it's mismanagement of the body.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it's just a calf injury
structural.
that just keeps on happening for different
It's
players.
just bad luck.
Yeah.
So they got 3 that are full year. Is that right? 2 knees and an ankle?
Yeah, so Jermaine Hopgood, he's done...
Dury.
And Simonson. They're gone all year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that idea of what the Super League does, where they do get, I think it's the opening few rounds of the season, that if they do lose a number of players, they can bring in...
I just think
Where do you get them from? Queensland Cup? New South
No,
Wales.
I don't know whether it's like you can just get them, you can sign them, so you get special dispensation
Right.
to bring in players into your squad. Whether you
I don't
sign a
think it
new
happens
player.
often. Like, I know it's Parramatta at the moment getting it, and it was South Sydney last year they got it. You just got to find a way to dodge it. You just got to find a way to, during that period, just make it as positive a year as possible.
We look at the Tigers. Jerome's back this week. The only other injury is Taylor May, and I think he's back.
He's back this
He's
week.
back
He got
this week.
named.
Oh, he got named.
Yeah.
He got
okay.
named.
Yeah.
And you look at the Cowboys. All they're missing is Jeremiah and Nene. It's injuries.
Yeah.
Got to have luck with injuries.
Yeah. Do you remember one year in your career where you were just decimated by injuries?
Well, you had some big injuries during the year.
2004, I missed all the year. We had a horrendous run with injuries.
Not really.
It's
really
such a hard
remember
thing
it.
to...
Like
You
bad?
didn't get many bad.
No, I had a couple of bad ones, like actually in the last game of the year where I did some big injuries.
Tore your
but,
groin.
Yeah. But no, I didn't have any massive injuries during the year.
Touch wood.
I think I missed 3 Origin series because of injuries.
Yeah, I missed one. I did my groin, had a groin up.
Whole series.
Well, I feel sorry for Parramatta. Hopefully that they do have,
They've got to do better,
players
though.
that come back.
They've got to do better. Like,
Quote. Do you want
Yeah.
the quote again?
yeah, give us a
It's
quote.
near impossible to win with that many injuries, but it's not impossible to compete.
Inspirational stuff.
Yeah.
You'll see that in the award-winning column, Sydney Morning Herald.
Wait till Kenny gets hold of that.
Yeah.
Righto,
All right. Well, speaking of Kenny,
loves
stick
that.
around, because coming up next, Ken Sutcliffe is going to be joining us here on the couch for Freddy and the Eighth. He's got so many stories. This one is going to be enjoyable. We'll catch you on the other side of this.
Hello and welcome. My name is Ken Sutcliffe.
There's a slogan called the spirit of the games, but how far does that spirit go? The South Pacific International Triathlon Fiji coming up shortly. You learn very quickly at Wide World of Sports to have the ability to laugh at yourself. Imagine what it would have been like if we didn't.
Hello and welcome to the NRL Grand Final for 2006.
Welcome to Centre Court at Wimbledon. It's sad news for Australia over New Zealand because they were beaten just by 1 point.
Up and down tends to happen in the diving, doesn't it?
You climb up and then you go down. Yeah, okay.
All right. Looking forward to stepping in the ring with this big man, though.
Well, that's obviously taken a fair bit to put that there.
Oh, and the great man Ken Sutcliffe joins us here. That was a good trip down memory lane.
It was, and I just want you to remember something. I gave you your job in television.
You did.
I want you.
You said-
You've got to look after me.
What was she like?
She turned up.
Yeah.
She turned up. She was like the Labrador. She was there every weekend, and she just worked and worked and worked. And I'm really happy for her. She's done a terrific job. You two larrikins, well, there's another story to that, isn't there?
When was the last time you saw Joey, apart from today?
It was at a wedding. And you and I and Matty were on the dance floor.
Often say where.
to,
Get that in there.
to the Saints music, am I ever going to see her face again?
Yeah.
Right? You two were going off. I suffered for a week after that. I was pole dancing and whatever else. You led me astray.
It was those beers I was getting you. Just get that in you,
Kenny. You was flash dance all over again.
Oh, yes. All the time.
That were the days.
Newsreader. Do you think since Anchorman, being a newsreader, has gone through the roof? Ron Burgundy?
I always wanted to do what Ron Burgundy did, but Ron didn't know what he was doing. I had a bit of an idea what I was doing. I never read everything that was put in front of me.
Yeah.
I did proofread it, but every time I see it, you know, that classic line, I think
San Diego.
That's so good.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Did you have a sign-off or a sign-on? Was there something you tried to sort of get out every time you're on?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Good night. See you next week.
Yeah.
I tried to... The hardest thing on television, and you two guys have done it really well. Maxie Walker did it really well. Fatty did it really well. There's a lot of guys who do it really well, is be yourself. It's the hardest thing, because sometimes you think, I'm trying to be what everybody else wants me to be. I can't be Richie Benaud, I can't be Ray Warren, or whatever. So I just tried to be me in the end, but it took me a long time to figure that out. It took me a long time.
You covered some of the most and biggest sporting events across the world for so many years. Do you have one that really stands out?
Everybody asks me that, and there's that too many. I mean, I did 20 Wimbledon, so can you imagine? Kenny Rosewall was my hero, and the first time I met him, I thought, how good is this? And then you're working with these people. 8 Masters, watching Tiger Woods win his first Masters, World Soccer Cups, Olympics, Winter Olympics, 4 of those. Look, they all have a treasured moment. The rugby league was obviously the meat and potatoes, day in, day out. And you two fellows actually gave me some of the finest moments, and I'm not going to embarrass you, but...
That wedding.
I remember that wedding well.
Can you get that in you?
I'm still getting over kissing your sisters, but anyway, I'm still trying to work that one over.
But don't do it at Mudgee. They're a bit smarter at Mudgee.
But I love the way you guys played the game. I mean, Joey, you Rubik's cubed the football field, and I don't know what was going on in your head, but you could figure out...
Many have tried.
No, you did. The way you Rubik's cubed, four plays ahead, was outstanding, and I love that grand final which you won. It was a magic time, and one of the great grand finals. And as for Bradley, Penrith and all the things he's done, but he gave the best after premiership speech I've ever heard. When in 2002, I think it was, Bradley, you beat the Warriors, and you got up. Do you remember the words? Because I do them distinctly. You said to me, turn to the audience, thank you for making me feel so bloody good.
That was pretty good.
And I thought it was one of the best speeches I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it was magic, So,
have you got a favourite sport? Is there something, is there one that stands out?
You know what, I just love good sport. I love the theatre, I love the champions, how they regroup. I often say, if you admire a champion, what do you admire about it? I admire champions who suffer their failures in front of millions and have their triumphs in front of millions. It's how you regroup, and that's what makes champions. And all sports have that element. All sports have that element.
Our pinnacle in our game is State of Origin. You were around for the start. Wally Lewis, what does he mean to State of Origin in Queensland?
State of Origin is, it was a revelation. I mean, it was carte blanche. Kerry Packer was a wonderful boss. He just said, fellas, make it work. Thankfully, there's a person like Wally Lewis around. There was 50 years built-up anger and angst in Queensland, and this made for great theatre. And then Channel 9 got in, and before the games we'd do with Jack Gibson, Mission Impossible stuff and fairy rhymes, and Darryl Eastlake was calling it, and he got...
They're an incredible team, weren't they?
Look, and Mike Gibson, God bless him, a wonderful host. But I always remember at Lang Park one time, I'm walking across the ground prior to the game with a few of the commentators, including Darryl, and they are just giving it to him. I mean, they are roaring. And and he looks at me, he said, they don't like you very much, do they? I said, oh, look at yourself. I said, I think I'm all right. So I distanced myself, but they were wonderful times. But, hey, what I'm watching right now, the game right now, it's evolved and it's fast and it's complex. It's complex and sometimes possibly too complex. But having said all that, it's extremely watchable. Day in, day out, it's extremely watchable. And the speed, and I used to marvel sitting on the sideline, and I used to think, how do you get up from a tackle like that? And I could hear the body contact. And it's phenomenal. And but then the same things I saw in tennis, and then I saw the same things in soccer World Cups that I covered. Every sport brings to the table someone special, unique or whatever, and I think I was a good listener. So if I had Jackie Stewart sitting beside me in the commentary box during Formula One, I tried to ask the questions that the average guy out there, average woman out there, average person wanted to know, rather than and ask a question that was, had some edge to it. Sometimes you didn't get it right. I mean, you'd ask Graham Kennedy. I had no idea what I was doing on the Graham Kennedy. Nothing.
What was that time like?
He turned my career around. My profile wasn't that high then, but once I did Graham, and Ray Warren, we go way back, what a team. But Graham broke all the rules, and he was hilarious. And I had a mortgage, a wife and 3 children, and I'm thinking it's all going to go down the tube if I stay here too much longer. He made me cry, right? And he said, I love it when, look, I used a lot of tissues. Oh, look at him.
Well, this is...
I will explain this story.
Please do.
That's my dog Sam, right? Right. Sam came along as a guest.
I knew it was a boy.
He jumped up on the table unexpectedly, and quick as a flash, all you got was the jewels. Right? And Graham, as quick as a flash, unrehearsed, sticks his head beside Sam's body and said, "Which one's Graham Kennedy?" I sat there and I couldn't believe what he was doing, but it was that was 1988 actually, and people still talk about it and remember it. And, the 2 dogs joke, which came out, and I became 2 dogs, and I'm not going to tell that joke here, of course. And then Billy Birmingham got hold of me with a male model from Mudgee, and I just went along for the ride. I never took myself too seriously.
Not only you're a legend of television, but Channel 9, but you've also mentored a lot of people, including one of our finest here. If someone's at home watching and wants to get into our profession, or what yourself and Danica do, what advice would you give them?
Look, you know what? Once you know what you want to do in life, I go to do a bit at schools from time to time, and you'll ask a classroom of, say, 30 or 40 kids, in the last couple of years of high school, what do you want to do? You'd be lucky to get 15, 20% to know exactly what they want to do. I knew very early what I wanted to do. I really did. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, but once I'd got there, I didn't worry about the money or otherwise, and I was very lucky. And I think once you know what you want to do, you just work towards it. You turn up, and don't take yourself too seriously. Listen, listen, and listen. And don't ask questions like, if I went up to you and said to you, after you just bombed a try, right, and after the match, and I went up to you and said, what were you thinking when you dropped the try?
Yeah.
You'd drop me. I would never ask a question like that. I'd ask them all. I'd say, Andrew, that was a pivotal moment in the game, but you did a lot of wrong things beforehand.
Did you learn that through interviewing Bob Fulton?
Bob Fulton, he was a challenge. I used to ask. I'd say when I first started, I'd say, Bob, the team played very badly at the weekend. And I put the microphone there right there. And he would just sit there and he wouldn't say anything. And he left me with nothing. But I learned after a while, I'd ask a question, I'd frame it a bit better, and he'd once again give me a short answer, and I just left the microphone there. I just left it, and I left it, and I left it, and I left it. And in the end, he laughed, and we became pretty good mates in that regard. So. And Jack Gibson was also one of the great one-liners, and he was very good to me. But I think, at the end of the day, we're not curing cancer. It's sport, and it's fun, and it's entertaining, and you're dealing with champions. And, I wasn't great. I love all my sports when I was a kid, but I wasn't great at it. But I was smart enough to recognise what I was good at, but not necessarily great.
What was your old boss like, Kerry Packer?
thank God he liked me. Look, you know, there's some time, I can tell you a million stories, but I do remember one in particular. He rang me up one time, he said, he had this incredible voice, Sutcliffe. You know, oh, here it comes. Sutcliffe, how much are we paying you? And I gave him the number. Why am I paying you that much money? I said, well, we're winning the ratings and we're doing really well. And, well, I don't pay you that much money to come second, do I? There was nowhere to go. But, you know, I know the story's been told a million times about Daryl Eastlake, where one Saturday afternoon, Max and I are on air, Maxie Walker and I, and we received a phone call from the front the reception that said, Kerry Packer's in the Bermudas and he wants to talk to somebody about the races at Randwick this afternoon. He wants to talk to Ken. And I said, I can't go out. Tell them, put the phone call down to the wide world of sports. Somebody must be down there. Cut a long story short, down there on the Saturday afternoon was Daryl Eastlake doing something, knew nothing about race, picked up the phone. Hello? Kerry Packer. Oh, Mr. Packer. He said, Kerry said, how did my horse... It was at Easter too.
His horse, Easter.
He said, how did Easter go? Oh, it was great. Oh, the surf was up, the sun was out. It was absolutely fantastic. You moron. How did my horse Easter go? Just a moment. And he went away. Mr. Packer, yes. Easter ran 5th. And whom am I talking to? Ian Maurice. And hung up. True story. And I was supposed to take the phone call. I'm glad I didn't take it.
Well, you're an absolute icon, Kenny. You were had a very important role in a lot of people's careers through Channel 9. So we love catching up with you.
I love the idea of Freddy and the Eighth and the has-been.
Yeah, don't underestimate. Like, we spent our life listening to you. Like Saturdays when they used to do that 4 or 5 hour show.
Wide World of Sports.
Just loved it.
And I got Sports Sunday on
that.
the Sunday was like the 60 minutes.
That was a
There's
great
never
show.
been, in my opinion,
Yeah, that
there's
was
never
awesome.
been a show. Tim Sheridan and God, they wrote some beautiful stories on that Sunday afternoon. So
Big
I was
impact,
blessed.
mate.
I was blessed. I had a great career and I'm very thankful for it.
Well, we were blessed to have you on the screens, and we'll catch up Mudgee races at the end of this year.
Ooh.
Isn't it, mate? One day she said to me, you'll be working for me one day.
That was when you weren't paying me for a year.
You got a good agent now, you're okay.
Yeah, you got a good memory.
Thank you so much, Kenny. All right, we'll stick around. We've got plenty more coming your way here on Freddy and the Eighth coming up straight after the break. Where would Freddy and Joey be if rugby league never came calling? We forced them to explore some explosive hypothetical situations. And who were the best from round 6? We'll find out this week's nominations for the Freddy and the Eighth medal. That's all coming up straight after this.
Troubled by a groin injury this week, Andrew Johns has recovered for one of the games of the season. But while his value is never underestimated by Brad Fittler, the Roosters' kingpin believes success will come from cutting off the Knights' supply line.
You stop their forwards, go forward. You stop a lot of the back play, so...
Last night, Brad Fittler took the Roosters to Newcastle, where the Hayes caught Andrew Johns from the kickoff.
He's put it out on the full.
Maybe it was an early omen, with the Knights fumbling the Roosters' first kick.
Oh, it'll be a try if they pick it up.
An intense contest was always going to cause mistakes. Newcastle made more in the first 40, but still led by 2 at the break.
Here's a try. They've made it at last.
And what will happen to Michael Crocker, placed on report for an elbow on Johns?
This is silly by Crocker. He's throwing an elbow at Andrew Johns whilst in possession of the football. Ridiculous.
It wasn't the only incident. A scrum erupted with the props trying to smash each other. It finished with a friendly handshake.
I can shake his hands. Right?
Well done, old chap. Let's go back to the football.
It eventually took an element of luck to decide the game.
It's loose. It's grounded by Hunters.
The Roosters home by 4 in what they called a tough environment.
Oh, there you go, 2003. That's always good to look back on.
Wow.
Did you like
I can't
playing
remember
it?
that game.
No, it was a pretty sloppy game.
Like your
Pretty
own pants.
physical. Like your own
Croc. He's hit me late all the time.
Straight in the neck too.
I think Croc, we played in one of Billy's first games and we used to just kick it. Poor Billy be down the back. Crockett just used to wipe fullbacks out. He did it against Manly.
Did it at Brett Stewart.
Yeah, that was a full elbow to the neck, though. He got you.
Yeah, Origins used to be late all the time. Croc.
He's a lunatic.
Dirty player.
Well, it is time for hypothetical halves. I'm going to ask you some deep thinking questions. The Knights and the Roosters are playing this weekend. So if they called you to suit up this weekend, how many legitimate minutes do you think you could play?
None.
None.
Yeah, you could.
You know what? We know our shortcuts. You could hide in defence and then you couldn't help yourself in attack, mate. Just give me the ball. And then defence, someone would say something. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now...
The hard part is, because when I played nines at 42, so that was 12 years ago.
Is that when you did a hammy?
No, quad.
Oh, quad.
Yeah, but the hardest part, mate, the hardest part was ducking your head into the tackles. Yeah. Like, tackling's easy. If you can stand there and cuddle people to ground, easy. Wouldn't matter who's in front of you. But it's the one where you actually got to bend your back and drop your eyes, and that was tricky even at that age.
No minutes.
No minutes for you. A few minutes for Freddy.
I'd enjoy it. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, it'd be good.
I'll send Jacob Safudi off the kick-off.
Billy had a run just recently up at his old town.
I did, yeah.
He killed it. He'd still play first grade easy.
He's good at everything still. All right, if you didn't play rugby league, what would you be doing for a living?
Maybe making number plates in Long Bay. No, I'd be down the coal mine for sure.
Yeah?
PE teacher.
PE teacher. Well, we actually decided to have a brainstorm behind the scenes. This will be the Cessnock
Look at you, Spunky.
Wow, look at that. What is it? What's the stripper thing in...
Magic Mike?
Magic Mike. There's a bloke from Australia, Manpower.
Oh, Manpower.
What's his name? Good fella.
Jamie Jury.
Jamie Jury.
No, the other one from the Goldie.
Oh, Billy.
Billy Cross.
Billy Cross.
Billy, give us a call.
Yeah, we're coming in next year.
I'll wax
Freddie,
up.
do you want to know what we brainstormed behind the scenes?
All right.
Here we go.
Politis is right in
not
there.
a teacher. Don't worry, that's my next step. That's my next step.
Yeah, I could see you doing one of those all-inclusive resorts. Just
I'm gonna have a retreat. That'll be the way I live my life out.
You and what's her name?
Meghan
Markle.
Meghan.
She's
Cooking
in town,
together.
isn't she?
Yeah. Making
Sound
some
healing.
Jam. Making some jam. All right, what's the most ridiculous thing in your playing days that you tried to get for free by using your name or profile?
Try to get for free. I did. I actually promoted an alcohol once, and me and Tony Lockett, we put on a yellow dress each. It was like a spritz. That was bad. Tastes like shit too.
Joey?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not going to say that. Remember we had Happy Coruscant on the show last year. We were talking about yeah.
Okay.
Salvation. Great massage.
All right. We might leave you to think about that one. It's time to look at our having a crack moment thanks to Sportsbet. And the Sportsbet, the feed rather. All right, Craig Bellamy, well, he certainly had a bit of a crack at the weekend. Poor Joe Chan at the receiving end of this one. Did you catch this in the sheds?
No, I didn't see it, but I'm seeing it now. Joey Chan, I think the Storm are missing some key back rowers. He's been great the start of the year, Joey Chan, but week in, week out, that's where the big test is. Missing Eli Katoa. They've got young Cooper Clark there. That
he was also out, wasn't he? He played good, was out for a week, I think. He either got suspended or injured, so it's hard to be consistent sometimes when if you're not fit and healthy and you're just starting. They've got heaps out.
They put a lot of emphasis on their back rowers, the way the Melbourne Storm play, both in attack and defence. So doing it week in, week out for a young back rower would be difficult.
What about our second having a crack moment?
This week. It was on the extended bench.
Having a crack moment thanks to Sportsbet, the feed. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck on Will Warbrick.
Watch this reaction of the cows. Oh, sorry, the cows.
Warriors.
The Warriors.
It was awesome.
You talk about team spirit and being all together. Have a look at this, all together, screaming.
So if you look at that shot, how Roger went into that tackle. If you show that again in slow motion, he threw his whole chest, head, the whole lot. Now, if you asked us to do that when you're talking about we were able to play, everything would snap. Look at this. He just launches his whole body, everything.
Well, that's the thing. You just no one can really stop.
That's courage. That's courage. Look at that. That's head first. Straight into his arm.
Can you put him in the ground?
No disregard for your body.
That's it.
Yeah,
Jeez,
no regard for your body.
It'd be great to see him win it this year.
The Waz.
They're a good team.
Oh, yeah. I think they're a big chance to finish top 4.
So even this week, they get Mitch Barnett back, Chances back.
Metcalf, about a month or so.
There was someone else floating around as well that came back into the team. So their depth is long.
They're looking good. And don't forget as well, having a crack on the footy this weekend. Well, you can dive in and check out Sportsbet feed to see what other punters are betting on and follow them throughout the NRL season as well. We're going to be back with plenty more after this, but now let's get a market update from Sportsbet.
Big game, Raiders take on the Melbourne Storm. What do we know about these two teams? We know their edge defences are really, really poor. Starting on the right for the Raiders, worse than the comp. You go to the left for Melbourne Storm, worse than the comp. What do? We go for two big bodies, Noah Martin to crash over and Cooper Clark to go over as well as my same game multi. Enjoy the game.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back to Freddy and the Eighth, and we saw some epic performances across the weekend. No doubt we'll see some more this coming weekend, so it is time to see our Freddy and the Eighth medal and see how it's all tracking for season 2026. Joey, who are your picks from this week?
Number 1 to start, I've gone Lockie Galvin. I know Jacob Preston was unbelievable and got man of the match on the Channel 9 feed, but I thought Galvin going in with so much pressure, I thought he really controlled things well. He's short passing, he ran at the right times, played tough. I was really happy for the young man, considering the pressure he's been under. He's been under all sorts of scrutiny. So I thought it was a really strong performance. And once that combination there on the right side's humming, just got to start getting to the left and get with kick out. Number 2, we've got Weeks, KO Weeks. What an athlete this bloke is. It's great to see our athletes getting in the clear and showing their athleticism. Look at this for a try. Just gets in the clear, accelerates away, shows his skill. Look at this, ball in 2 hands, show a little bit of footwork, and then look at him sprint away. That is a serious athlete. That is a serious athlete. What a player. And New South Welshman too. And then mine is Scotty Drinkwater. Career best form. He plays fullback, but he's their creative player. He gets in first receiver and does a lot of the ball playing. He sees the game really well. He's got a bit of Jimmy Maloney about him. He makes an error and just could not give a rat's. He'll just do it the next play. If the Dragons are talking about buying him, he'd be a cracking buy.
Well, there's reports that it's a $3 million deal that they've tabled to.
Well, he'd be worth every cent. Look at this, just stands up and nails the field goal. Love watching him play. Really top-line player.
Yeah, so there's reports earlier today that it's a 3-year deal worth $3 million.
Well, I reckon that's
worth every cent of that.
Yeah.
Every cent. I reckon that's cheap for him.
Yeah. All right, Freddie, who are you giving 1 point to?
All right, I'm going to go to the Warriors. I thought they had an enormous win, and their front rower, Jackson Ford. One of those, it's those positions. You don't see much of what he does, but his numbers, he's playing 80 minutes. 80 minutes against Melbourne in the front row. He scores a try, runs for about 180 metres, made 35 or something tackles. He's just a bit of a warhorse at the moment, and this ain't the first time that he's played that well. 2 points, Jarome Luai. Someone had to get some points from Sunday. It was just one of those afternoons out there. It was awesome. And between him and Sunia, I just saw they just lit the place up, and he makes it look that easy when he's moving.
What was Gus' quote? He's like cream.
He's creamy. He's creamy.
I don't know, something about apple pie on Sunday. And then my 3 points was Drinky.
Yeah.
He was just
you can see Scott Drinkwater there in second position. Nathan Cleary still leading the charge in first. But yeah, I love that description from Gus. Creamy. Don't know what that quite means, but anyway, I like it anyway. Creamy. All right, we're going to let Joey ponder that one. All right, stick around. Plenty more coming your way here on Freddy the Eighth. We're back right after this short break. Well, welcome back. We have some cracking games coming up on Nine's Wide World of Sports this weekend. Of course, it all kicks off tomorrow. The Cowboys taking on the Seagulls. This is a good one. The Cowboys, they've hit a really strong patch of form. They started the season with those 2 losses and then
this
they
will be
said
5 wins, I think they're chasing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Seagulls, obviously, since Kieran Foran, they've won their 2 games since they've got the new coach. Actually, the 2 informed teams of the competition. I get a bit nervous about Manly. They got the jitters once the Dragons scored a couple of tries and they just seemed to fall out of the game completely. And then they got, on the back of a few Dragon errors, they scored some tries to win that game. But I've got to say the Cowboys, they're flying. And they've adapted, they're fast, they're moving the ball. They've got strike everywhere. Dead on one side, you've got Drinkwater setting up everywhere. And then Jake Clifford, he's been outstanding. His goal kicking's great.
He's playing
They're
well.
a good team.
Cohen Hess.
Taumalolo.
That's their starting middles. And Cotter, Ruben Cotter, geez, they're playing well. They wouldn't be happy playing Thursday night because their fans come from all over, 4 or 5 hours away. So they'll probably only be, 3/4 full? It's a hard one, but I'm
They're playing
going
pretty
with the
good.
Cows.
So it's been a while since I reckon they've looked that good for a month.
Cowboys.
Jackson Purdue.
Yeah.
And then on the
What a
other side,
gun.
Chester.
Yep.
Geez, he's playing well. Got some
So-
good young players coming through. Yeah, I've got the Cows.
Cowboys, both tipping Cowboys.
Yep.
Hot and humid one that's going to be. But speaking of hot and humid, Darwin on Friday night, Dolphins and Panthers.
I'm going for a big upset. I think the Dolphins can win this one.
Okay.
Coming off a bye, we know what happened to Penrith last week. It was a bit of a bash-up. No Liam Martin, no Casey McLean. I think the Dolphins' bench looks far superior. They haven't been great, the Dolphins, but I think they can get away with a win. They're huge outsiders. I don't think they're a bigger outsider as what people think.
Yeah, I think their attack's fallen apart a bit. I think when a lot of the teams you've noticed, they've adapted by moving the ball a bit earlier, not taking up all that space. Well, I don't think the Dolphins have adapted. Katoa last year he took all those big decisions, when to go to the line, to do everything. And I reckon other teams have adjusted on him. So I just feel it's going to take a bit longer for them to adjust. I'm going Penrith.
Hot and humid up there.
Very
so it's going to
sweaty.
be hard to move the ball.
Very sweaty. And then finally, Sunday afternoon, Bulldogs and Eels. Who are you tipping for this one?
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. There you go. All right, we're off to a short break, but we'll be back to wrap things up on the other side of this. All right, already excited about the weekend ahead, the footy, but can we have some final advice? I love finishing off with some advice.
Give us some advice, Andrew.
I don't know. If you're in Darwin this week, I better not say that. I forget I'm on TV sometimes. There's a place up there called Bogart's.
Okay, all right.
Don't Google. I'm giving myself away.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again. We hope you enjoy the footy over the weekend and we'll catch you here again next week.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.